It has been mainly VW caddy content on the channel recently, but I do know a lot of you guys joined the channel because of my build series on the T5. So today, it is MBT, nothing but transporters. Let's get into it. And literally right on cue, I get the camera out. My landlord is now playing with a digger, but you have to bear with. I need to get on with it. It looks like the heavens are going to open. The rain is a-coming, and you can tell, maybe if you can see, it's like the floods. I literally need Moses to come and part the puddle. But I'm going to give you a quick run through on what we're up to. I am loving this one. T61 or T6? T6. I'm loving it. Black, 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 black. Lovely. Oh yes. It's got the 20s on. I'm loving this grille. I like the Germany badge. Hello, Charlie. Loving the headlights. He's even got some little eyebrows. I've not seen that on the T6s. I really like the eyebrows. This one is my hairdresser guy. Well, it was my hairdresser guy until COVID happened, and all haircuts were a bit up in the air, so I started shaving my head. So he was my hairdresser guy, but he's not anymore. Sorry, bud. Loads of interruptions, loads of people turning round. We're carrying on. I love my estate, but it's not video friendly. Anyway, used to cut my hair, really nice guy. He's just bought it, and it's a full camper conversion inside. He bought it maybe 2 weeks ago, I think he said, and the sink, the pump, has stopped working. So I need to drop the under trays off, check out why the sink pump ain't working, and that's it. Super easy, but very nice. And I have strategically booked them all in on the same day for transporter video. Oh yeah, this one is T6. He's got the swamper look, he's got the swamper wheels, he uses it as a work van, as you can tell by the mud up the side. This one is easy. He has got brake pad noise or lack of brake pad noise, so I need to whip the wheels off, see what brake pads need changing. Easy, simple stuff. He did say when he dropped it off, I've also got an engine light and an AdBlue. I'm not the man to fix that. I could fix it, but I'm here for brake pads. I want the easy stuff. Picking and choosing, you know the deal. I will plug it in though. It's the least I can do. This was my Hermes delivery driver. You know, all the Temu and eBay deliveries. This needs a pair of drop links. This is actually a shorty. We've got 3 long wheelbases and a shorty. So this one's pulled right forward. Nice camper conversion in the back of this one. Done it himself. I will show you the insides and around all of these a bit better as we work on them. And then lastly but not least, we've got this absolute peach. It's my one. If you haven't seen previous videos, it's my one. I need to crack on because my one is parked in the way of my friend's truck. Other people are waiting to get on to work and they're being good with the sound. Charlie's being really quiet with his doors. Landlord don't care, he's over there with a digger. But I've ordered drop links for this grey one. I need to whip the wheels off this, or one wheel, front and back. Hopefully we pull one wheel off and find it's those brake pads and order those. This one I haven't got to order any parts for, so this one's first. Let's get some work done before it starts raining. We have moved inside. Moses, mate, Rainies has turned up. T5s or transporters in general are a bit big to get on my ramp. So we're old school, we're on the floor with a jack. Normally, when you're looking at brake pads, you can literally look straight through the wheel with a torch, but not with these alloys, unfortunately. So I am going to have to whip one off. And this one is first on the firing line because I need to order the parts before we can crack on. It is raining. I'm not ready. for six months of rain. Oh my God, they're massive. Oh, yes. He said he could hear what he thought was brake pad noise, and I can confirm he is low on the front pads. Let me show you. Front pads are definitely low. We can see there is about 2 mil of brake pad. One of them might have worn on the inside. There's little lips, the smallest lips, so we can save the disc, but one of the pads on the inside might be ever so slightly scraping. One on the other side might be ever so slightly scraping. So we need front pads. I do need to get the back wheel off and check those too. Let's do it. Those wheels are not the easiest things to wrestle with. They are quite big and bulky, but they do look good. We need some rear brake pads. There is a little bit. Where is it? Can we see? Oh, they're about halfway worn. Actually, on closer inspection, they are about halfway. Rear brake pads aren't as big as fronts. The discs are good. I believe the noise he can hear is from the fronts. I will inspect the other wheel too. Bit hard to see. I will whip the other side off and have a better look. Let's get the wheel back on this one, get it outside and give a quick walk around. Like an absolute magnet when a camera comes out. I'm not into old air-cooled stuff, I'm sorry, but it was a transporter, and it is transporter day. Old guy was loving the shot. We're outside, it's raining. We've had the front wheels off, we've had the rear wheels off. Rear brake pads are halfway, they are sweet. Front brake pads down. Love this, it's a T6. He's got the bonnet bra. He has got the transit, even though it's not a transit, sun visor. Looks good, love the colour. Is it a similar colour to the lower half of mine? Looks a bit different, might be Indian grey, might not. I do like the swamper look. I like these little plastic thingy, Mabob Stewbury Firkins. She is the tailgate spec, very nice, like that. Bit of you and? Oh yeah, nice. It is his work bus, so it is dirty. Takes it to festivals, kicks it up and down curbs, uses it as they should have been used. You get some show ponies, you get some work ponies, they're all ponies. Check out how hanging it is in here. But it is nice. It is the AC and the 6-speed. No poverty spec for this one. I like the dash on these. If a later dash come up cheap enough, I might be interested because they are pretty. Yeah, very nice, happy days. Next one on the firing line. Do I do the drop links on that, or do I look at the water pump on this one? I really like the black one. Let's get the black one in the workshop because it's still raining. Might park it outside. We got the under trays off and I have found the pump. We have got the show pony in the firing line. And I did find the pump. There he is, old Sin Leader. Don't sound English. We've got Andy inside, and he's manning the switch. The water pump for the sink has failed. I think I've mentioned that. Now, if the pump has failed, I will have 12 volts here when Andy does the switch. If the fuse is blown, we won't have 12 volts. Turn it on, And.
It's on, mate.
It's on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got no volts here. No one's home. Do I quickly power probe that? Yes, let's do it with a battery. I have got my Milwaukee battery. We're going for the 10 volter. I'm not going to stick 18 volts up its lip. One of you in there. Other one in there. The wires are not playing ball. Okay, so we have a leak. Let me try this way. When he bought the van, it had a water tank underneath, and it was full, and it had been in storage for a year. So obviously the water didn't smell too nice. Why is that? Apart from it dripping right in my face, why is it leaking? Maybe it is failing. Maybe my 10.8 volts isn't enough. Let's get the big guns. I have got, not one of my Milwaukee's, I've got one of my Hitachi batteries. Live is that one. So we have got a leak, so we've got an issue. Okay, so I do believe, wonder if it's just the Jubilee clips are loose. Yes. Okay, so that Jubilee clip wants turning round. The Jubilee clips are loose. I need to pull that pipe off, turn that Jubilee clip around, and then let's retest. So he did empty, he emptied the tank. Whether the pump picked some crap up, because we heard it, it was pulsing, and then all of a sudden, she's into life. So the pump might be all right. We might need to change it at a later date, but I'm going to stop it leaking, hook it back up. I do believe it's now blown the fuse inside, so I need to pull the panel out. Let's do that. Let me stop the leak. Oh, I'm getting wet. Bit of Legionnaire's disease up your lip. Mmm, tasty. It shouldn't be that bad because it's fresh water. Well, I say fresh. He said it had been sat a year. And I have beef with what's going on here. But it's not. Basically, when you buy a water kit for a camper, it comes with this blue plastic line. And it is really stiff line. It's not supple and flexible. So Jubilee clips struggle to do them up to seal it. Ideally you want some flexible line. They're tight now. Someone had put the Jubilee clip on 180 degrees and then there was that much room to do it up, so I've turned it round and now I'm full bore on it. Let's see if I've stopped the leak. Let's get some volts up its lip. Well, that sounds better. And we've got no leak. Happy days. Before I put it all back together, let's just double check. Are you still in there, And? Comfy? Good, I'm not. Now, someone's used household cable, like lighting 240 volt cable. So we've got brown and blue. I wonder if they've used the brown as live, the same as you would in your ass. Push the button, And. Nothing? Okay, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Comfy there, mate?
Love it, mate. It's great.
It is nice in here. Let me go for pan out mode. We've got muddy feet, so I have got stuff to step on. We are loving this. She's got the pop top. Is that dirty lens? Scrap that. Lens is clean enough. Really like this. He has got a diesel heater. We've got a fridge. Let me get in. We've got a sink and a cooker. Yeah, very nice. Pop top is on some gas struts. I'm not opening it. I'd love to open it, but you know what's going to happen. I'll open the pop top, it won't close again, and then it's on my head. So we're not going to do that. Oh, yeah. Diesel heater. Push some other buttons, and. Oh, look at them lights. Nice. We've got lights for days. Yeah, like that. We have also got your rock and roll bed, some speakers. We've got the boom booms, curtains, all the good stuff. I need to find the fuses to the back of that panel. That's not your everyday panel, because normally they have 4 screws in the corners. You pull them out, individual fuses on the back of them. There's no screws. Screws? There's no screws. How am I going to get to the back of that? Let me find out. Crowbar. Let's work out how we get to that. And I treat people's motors as if it was my own. So we've got the shoes off. Now, how do I get to the back of this panel? Because normally when you buy these, they have a ready-made loom on the back. And that houses fuses. Oh, how does that come out? Oh my God. There is cupboards for days. I'm concerned. How do I get to that? Oh, hello. I am not changing a fuse through there. Let me feel if there is fuses. There's got to be fuses, because all the rest of these work. Oh. Andy, fancy seeing if there's a torch in there for me, please, sir? Oh, it's all going on out there. Can I get my head in here? Oh, probably. I only want to get my head in there once. Oh, that's cool. Torch, thank you, sir. Got a V-dub badge in there. I like this little cooker assembly. Right, so I can feel in the back of there. I do not know how I'm going to change the fuses. I'm in. Oh, mate. What? Someone's made their own loom. Someone has made their own wiring loom. Oh. If you've got a camper and you're watching this, you think, oh, DTE, he'll fix my camper. No, I will not. I'm sorry. Because I'm not having fun right now. I can't see any fuses. So now we have a problem. Oh. 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 There's the power wire. Okay, we've got plenty of stuff under here. That 12-volt TV. Oh, Lee, if you're watching this, there's provisions under here for a TV. Well, I've just seen it. It might not be a homemade loom, because it looks prettier than that now. So that, hang on. Turn the pump on. Let's just try it. Nothing.
What about lifting the tap up there?
No. I can hear the micro switch. Let's just stick them all on. No. Well. Oh, I haven't got my mic on. When did I take that off? Hopefully Editor DTE can make some of those last bits louder. I have found some wiring. Switch is on. I pulled the switch out. This is going to be hard to see. So that is the live from the switch. How am I going to hold all these? I need 3 hands. The switch is on. Oh, this is going to be hard. Don't cut my head off. Right. So that's from the switch. This, I have to be Houdini. So, I think we've got lack of power coming from that switch. I wonder if the switch has burnt out. I've seen that before. Let's just try juicing this up. And they have done it the other way round. Brown is earth. Which is now the other way underneath. Let's pull you apart. Twist wrapped wires. Nice. That's approved. So now I've done live to brown. Let's stick this on. Okay. So the wiring from here to the pump works, but we have got no one home backwards. Everything has just been twist wrapped and black taped. I've got nothing against that, but I did expect a little more. So let me just go straight live that way, and then blue on there. Yes. So that is straight power bypassing the switch. So now let's come right back to the switch. Might have to move the camera. Don't know if you guys can see. You might have been able to, but now you definitely can. Might be cutting my head off, but it is what it is. So they have used earth, or brown as earth. 16 volts. Solar panels on. Okay. Well, that hasn't filled me full of confidence. 16 volts. What? Must be my Ling Long power meter. Well, that is showing voltage to this switch. Now I need to do a continuity check to make sure we've got the right wires. And I have no clue how to get up there. Let me work a few more bits out and I'll tell you what the problem is. Oh, the joys of a YouTuber. In and out, in and out. Well, I have worked out what it is. Literally straight after the last shot. I'm using this switch, top right. I'm pretty sure the owner showed me it was that one. But this one is connected to the sink power. Obviously I tried all the switches earlier, nothing happened, and when we connected a battery to the pump, nothing happened to that, it just pulsed. But I have also worked out an issue, a problem. So these plugs, sinks, taps, one of them, they have a micro switch built into them, but I believe you're meant to run them on a relay. I did on my van. You turn the plug on, and there's a micro switch in this tap that's meant to turn it on and off, but absolutely nothing. So let me shimmy under here. There's two wires that come out of the micro switch and they're wired up to the micro switch. But if I connect the two wires together, which is bypassing the micro switch, we have water running, I can hear. We've got no leaks. Okay, so I've worked it out. The micro switch has died in the tap, so he could either get a new tap or he can just use this as the switch. Tap on, off. Let me turn it off for a minute and give you a quick demonstration. So if I wire those two together, so the micro switch is burnt out and the pump wasn't amazing. it might still need replacing. So now it should be, let me open this, pretty cool actually. Yes, any leaks? No leaks. Micro switch has burnt out in that. I'm going to bypass it for the owner. If he wants it to work off this, then he needs to buy a new tap. And ideally it needs to run through a relay, because I believe the power of the pump has burnt out the micro switch. Let me work it out. But happy days, that's that one fixed. All back together, all the under trays on. I did use heat shrink on the wires outside. There's a lot of moisture. You might get some rainwater under there whilst driving up the motorway. I don't know. But if there's anywhere that's going to get corroded wires, it's outside. So I used glue-lined heat shrink on the 2 wires on the pump. We tightened up the Jubilee clips that were on wrong. I believe it works. We need to have a walk round. We'll have a walk around the outside. One last look at it. One last test to make sure it's all good. Let's have a look. Yeah, what a really nice van. We love the black on black look. I have noticed a dust cap missing on this wheel. Maybe it's got a slow puncture. I will put a dust cap on for him, but if the owner watches this, keep an eye on that tyre, because there's a dust cap missing. That normally means a slow pungy. Yeah, really nice. It's even got the black pop top, black windows. That is lovely. We've got some nice outlets. Have a look at this. So we have got, oh, am I going to break it? No, we've got hookup. And we have got a water tank that has been removed. He's just going to use the 20 litre water tank inside. She is the barn doors. They look good. I am a tailgate man, but they look good. And I can see just on the top the edge of a solar panel. Really nice. Like the lights. They are quite funky. Pretty van. T6 XDA. Stitches and steel. What's going on? Don't know what that's about, but we like that. Is this swivel base? I think the passenger is a swivel base. I'm not going to try it. Don't want to break it. I'm loving the interior. Would be nice if the lower plastics were painted black, dark grey like mine. But yeah, nice. I like the dashboards in these. Very nice. She is the ACs. It's the 5-speed. I can smell some manky water now I've used the pump, but never mind. We've got the multifunctional steering wheel. Nice interior. Very pretty. Yeah, nice, like that. Let's give this one more try. I do need to tidy up my mess. I did just twist wrap and retape the wires underneath the sink. Let me take my shoes off. That way, if he wants to get another tap and a micro switch, we're not cutting off glue-lined heat shrink. So this turns the pump straight on. They do pulse. Working. So that stops the flow, but it is also, the micro switch in here is meant to turn the pump off to save having to do this every time. Happy days, one fixed. Yeah, nice. Because it's such a super clean motor, I may have made some mess. This is someone's pride and joy. They've spent a lot of money on this. So, if I did make any mess, it'd be gone. And when I pulled it over, I had to climb in the passenger side, maybe with muddy shoes. So I shimmied across, got in the driver's seat, drove it over here without my feet even touching the floor. Anyway, happy days. This one is done. Let's get, what do we tackle now? Let's get the next one in. I was going to do the brake pads, but we've already seen that one. Let's get the one with the drop links over. Some of you may have seen a video on this van. We painted his steelies and he's put some swamper tyres on these steelies and they look good. It is a super budget way of going down the swamper look. They're not wide enough, so some spacers would have been good, or the steelies slightly banded, but they are a fraction of the cost and they still look good. More swamper wheels to wrestle. So we have got, well, this guy has booked an MOT for tomorrow and we've got split rubbers, I believe. Yes. Sometimes drop links are never easy to get off, so I'm going to wire wheel these threads, grease them up, and I hope they come off with the impact gun, but I doubt it. Normally an 18mm.
Yes, we got lucky today. I'm not going to take some a bit more.
I'm going to leave it on a little bit because we've only got one side jacked up. No, I'm taking that right off. Because we've only got one side jacked up, there's still quite a bit of pressure on this anti-roll bar, and that is helping us to undo that. Can I get anything electrical in there, i.e. impacty? If not, it's ratchet. Ooh. Ooh. I believe it's ratchet. Ratchet spanner. But when you undo stuff with a gun, they undo better. So if one's going to spin, oh my God, that's tight. Oh my God, that's tight. We need, oh, there's a bar there. That'll do. That is good enough. Ow, for the girls we date. Just get my breaker bar in there. Oh yeah. All right, mate. Ooh. Is it spinning? Is it undoing? Lucky I'm a big geezer, because I'm right in here. That is definitely spinning. Great. So now the bit's spinning, just like I didn't want it to. I need to somehow get in there with a grinder. Mate. To cut the nut off. All good fun. It's not, but it's not the hardest thing we've done all week. Quite a lot of pressure on that anti-roll bar. Cut the nut off without cutting everything around it. Let me get it off. We did get the finger a bit warm. That one is absolutely shot to pieces. Might be original though. We've got a replacement. We have got to do both sides. But as far as jobs go, these are nice, easy jobs. They're not the nicest. I had to get in there with a grinder, but hey ho. That is a long way away, so we need to get the lever bar in there in def mode, levering off something that's going to slip any moment. If I had jacked the other side up, it would be a bit easier. Does need to go a long way, but I'm here. I'm not giving up. Persistence pays off. New nuts are probably a 19. They normally are. They are. But now, because the ball joint of the drop link is now at an acute angle, I couldn't get the socket on. Need to do the inside one up, get the wheel back on, do the other side. You don't need to see that. And let's have a look around this one, because this is home built. I've done some of the outside, he's built the inside. Let's have a butcher's. Van number 2, done. I like the grey. Again, is it a similar grey to mine? Same grey as the other one. This is a T51, so it's got the same front end on as mine, but this one's actually a T51, not poverty spec, face upgrade, facelift, my one. Nice. I like the fog lights in the front bumper, but they are another £180. They're on the list, but they can wait. Front headlights, the only headlights, have got the swoopy indicators. Have I got the key in the skyrocket? Oh yeah. Check those out. Pretty cool, like them. Lot of dough, they'll have to wait. Nice van. I did do the Raptor a long time ago. He wanted to go for the Swamper look, so we Raptor, that's meant to be mountains. He done the taping, and he spent hours getting the tape the same this side to the other side. I said, why bother spending so long getting it the same? Near enough will do. Ain't as if someone can run from one side to the other and say, well, that bit's slightly longer. Anyway, nice van. Like the trees, swampery look. Oh, get on with it. It has got a solar panel on the roof It has got a solar panel on the roof as well. Barn door spec. Schutzed up the back. I say schutzed. Raptor. Like it. Let's have a look inside. This is a shorty. Short wheelbase. But wait till you see what they've squeezed inside. It is got some very nice captain seats with twin armrests. Very nice. It's not got the AC button. She is poverty spec. It is 5-speed, but we are electric windows. I like it. In here it's all homemade. Shall I zoom out? Yeah, I think that gives a better look. He's done it all himself. This is a double bed, I believe, slides out a bit. We've got a similar kitchen sink vanity, or is that for like women in the bathroom? We've got, I don't know, you can see what's going on. Slide, roller thingy, fridge, coffee maker. And look, let's pan to the right. We've got a bed big enough for a big geezer like me. Check out behind this. Ah! Don't kneel on one of them bolts sticking out the floor. What an absolute moron. Well, you can see it's a toilet. I was going to try and build some suspense. So we've got a concertina door. We've got a proper toilet behind there. Short wheelbase, full toilet, tiny little kitchen area, massive bed for a big geezer. Yeah, very nice. I like it. He did have wooden slats on the roof, but he's taken that off now to do a headliner to give a tiny bit more headroom. Yeah, I like this van a lot. I like the curtains. I like them all. That's why we've got one. What are we doing now? We're 2 vans deep. We have got the dirty one for some brake pads. Brake pads are here. Let's get it up in the air and get a wheel off. Well, I have done the other side and that went swimmingly. I do have one slight beef with VW. Normally, 9 times out of 10, the hex bolt to hold the caliper on is either 7 or an 8mm. Well, VW have tried to reinvent the wheel and they have then changed it to a 9. But I did, after rooting around in the toolbox for ages, I did have one. Well, that was tight, full of mud and grime, but we got there in the end. Funny little spring clip. I have got the caliper turned towards me, gives me a bit more room. these are big brakes. I think he said 300 and something mil. And they are a twin piston Dewberry Firkin. 9mm hex bit, don't know why, but it is. And it's a tight fit. I tried it twice, it didn't fit. I tried it a third time, it did fit. So they are a snug fit. They're a big old caliper too. So it might be a cheap upgrade for my T5. Don't know yet. Might be mega money. And, which is slightly annoying, which happens a lot, the top bolt is very close to the brake pipe, so it is a bit of a wiggle. Oh, come on, cousin Keith. If I remember rightly, I used a little screwdriver. I say little screwdriver, I mean a big screwdriver. Yes. And now, I couldn't get the caliper off the other side. I've got the brake pot off on the master cylinder, or the reservoir, and I'm just levering back the pads ever so slightly. But I had to go further than I normally do. So these brake pads have got a little bit more meat on than the other side. So I think the other side was slightly binding. They are massive. Straight into it. They are quite thin, but they have got a little bit more on than the other side. The flat surface where the brake pad sits in the carrier, I like to just clean them off. Reason for that is the brake pads create a little groove, and if you just try slapping new pads straight back in, they get a bit stuck. So I've cleaned the face off where the pad touch is, only a very small amount. A little bit of copper grease. I can't stand copper grease on a disc. Obviously you don't want grease on your discs anyway, but a little bit does happen. Brake pads. Someone weren't ready for this shot. And they are a twin piston variety. Only one brake pad wear sensor, and that is on the passenger side. Yes. Let's get this ready. And one annoying thing, the hose is very short, which makes this bit very tough, because I don't want to hang it. There we go. Not all the weight is on the hose, because we don't like that. I've got water pump pliers, big ones. That piston's in. That piston's in. And sometimes when they're twin piston, you push one in, it pops the other out. Both pistons are in. Now the other side, this bit was an absolute wrestle. We have got because it's twin piston, 2 clippy spring-loaded clips. And one of them can sometimes be a wiggle to get in. That rubber isn't sat correctly. Now it is. It's got air in it. So I need to pull it open to let the air out. Done. It's hard enough trying to get one of these in, let alone 2. So I may have to speed this bit up. In the video, that is. Combination of a short hose and 2 of these clips. What a nightmare. I was effing and jeffing on the other side. Oh, yes. So now make sure your hose isn't twisted up. There is one more step I want to do, but I'm going to get it in position. Outside brake pad, obviously facing the disc. Now if you're going to tackle these as your first brakes, you're not going to have fun, because although I can do them, they're not the easiest. Now the extra step, where is, can I get them out? These are the hex 9mm. These hold the caliper on to the caliper. Now these are, they've got little bits of rubber and dirt. So I'm going to wire wheel this off and then put some red grease on and answer that phone that's ringing. Well, we didn't answer the phone. Turned out to be one of those sales calls. You can tell by the number. I have wire brushed it or wire wheeled it. We've got a bit of red copper grease. Red grease is for rubber. Oh, that slid in lovely. I have used any grease in the past if you haven't got any red grease. The tools are here, I know they are. There they are. Got my 9mm. And when you do these up, it's so easy to cross thread these. So don't go straight in with a gun if you're using a gun. Yes, I'm confident he's in. Top one. Yes, he's in. Just going to double check by hand, it's on the brakes. Thought I could hear someone then. It gets very close to that brake pipe I mentioned. Yes, 2 little caps. Would be nice if I had a bigger ramp and we could work indoors and not on the floor. But you can't win them all. Yes, let me turn the steering. Steering's turned. Now lastly is this clip. These are quite sprung loaded, so you're going to have fun. Let's do the bottom first. So I'm hooking the front tabs into the caliper, or am I going to hook the bottom on first? They are quite tight. I did have to lever the other side. Yes. Flathead screwdriver. Now we need that one to go around the outside there. Normally on different calipers you just sprung load press it in, but I wasn't able to do that on these. I had to wrestle. Clipped, 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 clipped. Happy days. I remember doing the hex bits up. These plugged in. Before you go ripping off down the street, you need to pump your brake pedal, bring the pads out to the pistons, or the pistons to the pads and the pads to the discs, do your cap up underneath. Otherwise, you're going to go to the end of the road, push your brakes, and it's going to go straight to the floor. Let me get the wheel on. We are almost complete on Transporter Day. Locking wheel nut key back where I found it, and I just want to show, oh, the keys. I haven't got the keys. Got the keys. The B pin says AdBlue range. He says he's put some AdBlue in it. Don't know if you've got to reset something, don't know if there's a fault. Engine light's gone off. I'm going to get Pinch to plug it in, but it's not here for that. I'm out. Just want to show you the brake pedal that I mentioned. Watch this, I haven't pressed it yet. All the way to the bottom, no brakes. Twice, we got brake pedal. So if you don't press the brake pedal after doing your brakes, go down the road, you're going to have a bad time. That is it, we are done with the transporters. It's been a nice day. I have worked on a lot of caddies for the past few weeks, and then it is a nice change to have a few transporters in, all on the same day. It's been nice. That reminds me, must get him a dust cap. We'll do that after the shot. Yeah, so the first one was this one. We looked at brake pads, we done them. We sorted out the washer pump on his sink. We have done his drop links and then back in for brake pads. It's not been a horrible day. It's just been extra work because we've got one in, got one out, shuffled them round. It's been a little bit extra, and I'm only a one-man band, so it's not bad at all. It's been all right. Because I don't do customer work anymore, these are good friends, and my Hermes delivery driver he used to be. They're good people. It was easy jobs. You might question, oh, maybe you should do a bit more customer work. Well, today went to plan. That's because we fixed the sink on this one, or we fixed the washer pump. We didn't get the wrong brake pads, and we didn't get the wrong drop links. Sometimes when you have a few motors in every single day, one part can be wrong, something else can go wrong, so then one of these vehicles would be left over till tomorrow. 3 more vehicles turn up tomorrow. Now we've got 4. I've also had 3 phone calls in the morning, 3 phone calls in the evening. I've then had to phone this guy because the brake pads were wrong. You know, it gets so long-winded, and that is why I moved on to making YouTube videos. Yes, I earned pretty good money when I fixed motors every single day, but it was too stressful. I didn't feel the money was good enough for the stress it entailed. However, moving on to the YouTube videos, my savings have depleted a lot, but it doesn't matter, I'm having a nice time. But if you want to support the channel, helps me keep the videos going. We do have some merch, check out the merch store, DTETV.net, and they're not just your average Fruit of the Loom basic t-shirts, they are a really nice quality. This has been washed 4 or 5 times and it still feels like it's brand new today. There is stickers, all other bits on the merch store. Have a little butchers, it does help out with contributing to the build series. You can support the channel just by watching a couple of adverts. So if you get an advert pop up in this video, watch the advert, YouTube sends me some money. Either way, I appreciate it all. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.